Welcome, Taurus, to your love reading for December 10th to the 16th of 2018. Now, we will look into some combinations of which you may have gone through, which you might be going through this week, and what your love interest or partner might be up to. Alright, so Taurus and love for December 10th to the 16th of 2018. Alright, we're going to see recent past events, so maybe throughout the weekend or last week, what may have you, might you have gone through with Taurus and love. So the Three of Swords is showing up, and that is heartbreak, a split, frustration where you're separated from somebody. You would like to clear up some communication. Something could have happened. Sometimes it's just being away from them, being brokenhearted because you're not together with a certain person. The reality about something, but there is a tense issue that you might be facing. So that does sting a bit, right? So the current energy, which might you be dealing with this week, between you and your love interest or romantic partner for Taurus. The Knight of Wands, and usually this is a desire to connect. All right, both of you. Now, I'm not sure if last week there were some things that may have stung a bit, but as you move into the week, both of you are either kind of doing different things. You might be traveling, you might be very busy, but often this is kind of connecting in a physical way for some of you out there. So let's clarify the Knight of Wands for Taurus, love interest or romantic partner. And then you have the Six of Wands. So that's a good energy. So sometimes that's doing things together, traveling together, getting to know somebody. It could be a fire sign for some of you out there. You're with that person. That some of you like that's in a relationship with that person, and your relationship is out in the open. Your friends appreciate it. They, kind of accept it. Doesn't matter if they accept it or not. But you're like your family and everybody. Might say, hey, it's good to see y'all together, good to see that y'all happy. These kind of things could be going on. So let's see, what might the person that you're dealing with or love interest, what might they be bringing towards you or Taurus? See, that person is maybe they might be into you, and it could be a newer person. Now, say if it's two different people, because you have a page showing up, someone younger, someone a little bit older, and of course they might not know you all that much, so they're trying to figure you out. And that's when some of you might be, if you're dating with the Knight of Wands or getting to know somebody, the Six of Wands is the energy of people coming towards you, or you're kind of accepting offers or hanging out with another person. The energy is there. So the person that you're potentially dealing with, they're trying to make sure that you're the only one, making sure that you're available and just for them, so to speak. All right, so it could be communication coming through, but a lot of things where they ask little questions, and it's not nothing really deep about it, but it's maybe petty questions, petty things, and little arguments, things like that could be going on. All right, so what might your response be for Taurus? And then Nine of Swords is in reverse, so releasing your stress. All right, go by the Nine of Swords in reverse for Taurus. And then you have the Ten of Wands. It's almost like you release the things that you're thinking about that might be too intense from the Three of Swords, and then you pick up the weight and start doing other things. Now, this is being busy or still holding on to something that's been bothering you a bit. Let's check into that a bit more. Go by the Ten of Wands for Taurus. Could be a marriage. Could be anger, could be guilt, frustration. Sometimes this could be a move as well. Some of you stressed about how the home environment might not be like you want it. Looking for a stable environment, something like you really want to with your partner. So both of you could be working, or you're doing this by yourself in some way. Last week I gave the reading, and the person that you were dealing with was going through a whole lot while you were busy and trying to stay focused on something else. So let's see, what might their response be for Taurus? And then you have the Nine. The Nine is, I always call it the Nine. This is the Hermit, and that's still the energy of kind of stressful or whatever. You could be dealing with somebody they might have disconnected a little bit, but then they might even watch you from a distance, or they're trying to see what you might be up to, trying to see if you're again truthful, authentic, or what you might be doing in general. Let's see, what might be the obstacles for the weekend love for Taurus? The Six of Pentacles. Before I say anything, we'll look into that Six of Pentacles for Taurus obstacles. And there's I feel like there's a need or desire to meet somebody, to share, to be around them. Sometimes when I see this as an obstacle is where someone that you might be dealing with, you could be given to them or receiving from that person in some way, and it could be too much of something. Could relate it to what you go through. So too much of something or not enough. So if you're not really around that person, you're not opening up to them, it tells you to take the trip, travel, meet up, hang out, do what you need to do to get closer and to get to know the person, even if it might be tough, because it's maybe a newer energy, or maybe reconciling, working things out with one another. So that might be an issue. So I feel like a distance, or being motivated, or making sure that you're not draining your own energy and finances to make sure someone else is okay when it's not working out the other way around. All right, and then we have the outcome for Taurus. Then we have the Hangman, and this is the energy of kind of being idle, because you're not really certain of what you want to do when it comes to making a change. Should you make a change? Should you allow someone closer to you? Clarify the Hangman, Taurus. And you have the Lovers, which is choice, major arcana showing up. Clarify the Lovers, Taurus. And then you have the King of Swords. This is using your discernment, trying to you've been through a lot. 555 on the clock right now, and usually that is going to relate to a lot of you when it's showing up like that, where you have to get close to somebody, but you still have to take things slow. You don't have to kind of not do anything, like push everything away, push the person away completely, but this tells you to say, hey, I just need the truth from you. Like, what do you want? Let's have a conversation about it, but still kind of being independent, focusing on friendships and doing other things, but staying true, because maybe the recent past, the Three of Swords shows up. The person that you're dealing with, they might want to reconnect again, or you might want to reconnect again, but that might not be the best thing for you, for some of you out there with the King of Swords showing up here. So I feel like there is a especially if you're meeting somebody or seeing them, and they're with somebody else, and you notice, and you feel like, hey, we can do this until things change. Maybe they say they're going to make changes and they're not doing it, and this prolongs for a whole lot of time. So just be aware of that. So one more card for advice for Taurus for November. December 10th to the 16th. You have the Eight of Cups. So there is a bit of disappointment from you and that particular person. For some of you, I feel like you're weighing things out with somebody that you're trying to get to know or have been dealing with. Okay, so they are your messages for the week. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. So have a good one.